welcome everybody. Today we are in Beverwijk in Clubhouse Padel and Ping Pong, and we're going to do how to have a killer forehand volley, a functional killer volley, in 8 simple steps. And we're going to start right now. Vamos! Oké. Ah, lekker boelie! And we have sales on justpadel.com.
Like it.
You like it? Good match. Step number 1, and that's read the opportunity. So it's not about technique yet, we're going to do that, but first you have to know when you can play a functional killer forehand volley, and that's the only way you can do that is to have the contact point higher than the net. So what can you do, or what can you see or read to get the ball higher than the net? So we're just going to focus on the forehand volley, but we have to know when it's a good moment to play the forehand volley, because I think most of us want to play a good fast forehand volley very early on. So they play the serve and the first volley has to be a winner. That's not the case today, so we're going to focus on how to read first. So I'm going to show you 2 different kind of situations, and you should tell us in the comments on what ball you're going to play the killer forehand volley. Step number 2, and that's decision making, choosing where you want to play. So this is something that you do before you want to hit the ball. And a lot of people get this wrong, especially when the ball is very slow, when you have a lot of time to think about where you're going to play a very killer volley. So you need to decide before you have the ball, where to play the ball. The most easiest and safest option is to play the ball where it came from. So if the player on the right plays the ball to you, you play to the same player again cross courts. You can also change angle. So let's say the player on the left plays the ball and I'm playing on the left, I can change direction. It is very effective, but it's less safe. You have to choose where to play the ball, like a penalty. So if you're playing football and you're going to play a penalty, you have to know where you're going to play the ball. You're going to play in the corner, to the middle, to the corner. You have to decide and stick to it. So if you miss a penalty, perfectly fine, but you need to focus and have that in mind where you're going to play the ball. So it's better to fail harder. So I'm going to play there, I'm playing to the cross courts, that's my goal, and I miss it, fine. So you don't want to have is, oh, I'm going to play cross courts, okay, oh, I'm going to change direction last second, and then you're going to make a mistake. So stick to the plan. Step number 3 is the correct preparation. And what I mean by correct is that the preparation should fit what kind of ball it is. So if your opponent is playing a very fast ball to you, don't make a big preparation. So this is what a lot of players make a mistake in, is the ball is fast and they want to play the ball faster back. So then it's quite hard to aim, and maybe you don't need to play so fast. I think it would be way better to focus on having a low kind of bounce from the glass when you're playing a volley. So if your opponent is playing a fast shot, keep the preparation here. Left hand very close to you, right hand close to you. If your opponent is playing a very slow ball, you need to accelerate. So then it would be okay to be a little bit wider. So your left hand can be further forwards and your right hand can be further backwards in order to generate more power. So what you have to see is, is your opponent going to play fast or is your opponent going to play slow? So if your opponent is going to play slow, you need to do more. And when would be a moment that your opponent is playing slow? If they are very close to the glass or if they have a very small preparation. If you're playing against tennis players and they like to play fast, their racket is going to start very far from them. So you know they're going to play fast. So then you don't need to make a big swing, make it simple. Step number 4 is prepare your racket higher than the ball, always. So if you want to play a faster shot and you want to play the ball down and you want to keep the ball low, you need to prepare higher than the ball and go downwards. So what a lot of players tend to do is they kind of be here or they make a ball underneath the ball. like a fish bowl. So high, low, high. And that's not a good idea. So high, down. So that one had more bounce. So it's quite important also to know when you have to step in, yes or not. So if your opponent's playing that faster shot, don't step in. You don't have any time. Just use the speed of the ball of your opponent. If the ball is slow, you can step and hit at the same time. Because if the ball is slow, you need more to generate power. So then it would be good to do that. Tip number 5. Left hand, close or far, depending on the speed of the ball, and open the racket. This is the most important. So what a lot of tennis players tend to do is they have a very flat preparation because they want to make the short angles with the volley to score. But it would be better to slice the ball, and then you need this open preparation. So the ball is coming, I open, and I play it down. So also if the ball is low, because everybody's going to ask me this, I also want to open the racket, otherwise the ball cannot go to the other side of the net. So what a lot of people tend to do is they go like that. So when they play the ball, they tend to go up or sideways. So what they do is the ball is coming and they go open and they never really turn their bodies. So what also is in step number 5 is to have the body rotation. So no matter what, I always turn my body. Yeah, so I'm always there. So when the ball is coming, I turn. If the ball is slow, I step. If the ball is fast, I just stay, but I do turn. So then I just use the speed of the ball if my opponent's playing faster. And if it's slower, I step in. Step number 6 is to hold the shoulders and to go from high to down and to stop there, which is quite important. So you want to end lower than the net. You want to start higher than the ball and to end lower than the net. This will help a lot to have the best possible forehand volley. So high and down. So I want to extend. I also want to follow through with the ball to where I want to play the ball. So if I play the ball to that corner, I end there. If I play there, I end here. So the follow through is always pointing to where I want to play. Step number 7 is to end together. That sounds nice, huh? But it's the left hand and the right hand, which are a team, they should end together. So you want to be here and then stop together. This is what a lot of players do. They overhit and they end too far, or they end high again. So if your follow through is higher than the net, the ball will go up and you hit the glass, or you play with too much effect. And also if you play with effect, you don't want to make a ball underneath the ball, because now it's too much slice. What you want is to cut the ball like you cut a tree. So I don't know if you cut a tree sometimes, a tree. So what you should do is to chop it. So if this is the ball and down, it is not that. So this is nice. So when I overhit, it will look like this. It's too much. So I want to make it compact. Oi, knee on the ground. And also the next ball is coming quite fast. So I cannot follow through all the way because the next ball is coming. If they block the ball, I need to be ready again. So boom, ready. If I do this, I might not have any time or I'm too late. And you also make too many mistakes because you use too much energy and too many muscles. So if it's too much and it doesn't look nice. You want to look good on the court. So you want to, control is still much more important than speed. I would say the control, then how low the ball is, and then the power. Step number 8, the last one, is to move back or move forwards or stay, depending on the result of your ball. This is key, because what you can do is to be close to the net and to ping it out. And after you played a wonderful volley, step forwards again, try to finish it off with a smash. When your volley is not so good, maybe you should step back again, because your opponent is going to play quite fast. So I will show 2 examples of movement that I do after I played the volley. And this is also something that I don't do so much. So for me, this is kind of the 2024 goal. Move better after I played the ball, so I know what I'm gonna do next. Oh, so now I had a lot of rebound. I will go back. Yeah, so now I can be close to the net because my ball is good. It was a nice shot, and then I can play it out because my opponent did not have any time. Yeah, it's not an amazing shot. Not an amazing shot. I will stay, and the moment I know, yeah, this is okay, now I can do something. So it depends on the result of the ball. Maybe my bounce is too fast. I need to go back. I need to go back. I hope this helped you to have a killer forehand volley, which is also functional. So you need to play a forehand volley that you're not going to make a mistake with, that you know what's going to happen, and just destroy every single opponent, because most of the points are won with the forehand volley. Hope you liked the episode, and I'll see you in the next one. Hasta luego, ciao, adios.